He'll watch a movie, then he'll tell you all about it. It's the Armstrong Entertainment Show.
Hello everyone and welcome to Armstrong Entertainment. This is Chad here and I saw the movie The Danish Girl. It stars Eddie Redmayne, Alicia Vikander, and it is directed by Tom Hooper. Now this movie is based off of a book called The Danish Girl, and the book was based off of two people who were living in the 1920s in Denmark, Gerda and Einar Weiner. They were a young bohemian married couple who were both painters living in Denmark in the 1920s, and their lives were pretty crazy. Now I'm strictly just going to talk about the movie and not the real life stuff because the two are varying far. There's literally not much that is true in the movie that happened in real life. So I'm just going to strictly talk about the movie. So these two, this young married couple, they're in love, they're both painters, they're living this crazy lifestyle, they're having fun. So one day Gerda is missing her female model and she asks her husband, Einar, to model. So he gets dressed up in these women's clothing and she paints him. This one specific painting becomes really popular and everybody wants to know, who's that model? Who's that model? She's gorgeous, she's so weird looking, who is she? And it's really her husband. But obviously, it's kind of a joke and they're kind of fooling around with it, and one day he decides he's gonna dress up like her and they're gonna go to this party and things go from there. He realizes that he kind of likes it. Now obviously back then in the 1920s, transgendered wasn't really a term and people just thought he was crazy. He thought he was crazy. He thought something was wrong with him. Long story short, he becomes the first transgendered man who goes through a reassignment surgery, and that's what it's about. So I started hearing about this movie last year when Eddie Redmayne won for The Theory of Everything, and that picture was circulating around him dressed as Lily, the female version of Einar, and you're looking at this picture and you're like, oh my gosh, Eddie Redmayne's like really attractive as a woman. It's kind of weird and kind of, I don't want to say creepy, but it was kind of weird. I was like, wow, he looks good he almost looks better as a woman than he does a man. As soon as that picture started circulating, people were already talking Oscar buzz for this coming year, and rightfully so. I mean, it's a very interesting character, fictionalized character on a real life person. It's interesting, it's relevant, it's different, it's new, it's directed by Tom Hooper, and Eddie Redmayne's an amazing actor, and the film, I didn't love the film, but I definitely enjoyed it, and the acting in it, I was kind of wishy-washy. I love Eddie Redmayne, but then I also didn't like him. I almost felt like he did two things in the film to make himself a woman, and that was like just smile a lot and to like blink a lot and shyly look away, and that was his feminine characteristics of Lily. It was just kind of odd. It kind of annoyed me because he did it like 20 times, and you're kind of like, okay, I get it. You can blink and you can smile and you look pretty and awake. What's next? Alicia Vikander, though, I freaking love this girl. She was in Ex Machina earlier this year, and she blew me away in that. And then I saw her in The Man of U.N.C.L.E., and she was horrible. Like, she was so bad in that movie. She was so miscast. That movie was just horrible to begin with. But in this movie, I loved her again. She's great. I think it's just whoever directs her can get a really good performance out of her, because I thought she was amazing, and I definitely think she should be nominated for Best Supporting Actress. No, Best Actress, because she was definitely not a supporting actress. She's great in the film. So overall, I really did enjoy the performances, both Eddie Redmayne and Alicia. I think they'll both get nominated. The film was really good, but there were some parts of it I didn't care for. The costumes were cool, the shots were cool. I felt like I was in the 1920s. I love period pieces, obviously. I thought it was a great story, very interesting, and I'm definitely sure it's going to get nominated for something. So go check out The Danish Girl if you get a chance. It's definitely worth checking out. Until next time.
He'll watch a movie, then he'll tell you all about it. It's the Armstrong Entertainment Show.